Hey Doomers, happy Monday. Just got out of the pisser. All of you around the world, from Europe to Alaska to Canada, welcome back. Got some updates coming to the channel. As you can tell, I've just spent my first night in the Airbnb, and it's alright. It's alright, little makeshift space, nice patio. I'll go back there and record a reactionary comments video shortly. I'll have a camera set up and it's pretty scenic. Look forward to that. On the quick news note, Europe just experienced its warmest summer on record. That's no surprise. Records were broken all over the place. And King Charles, Prince Charles, whatever, is gonna, not vow to fight climate anymore because he's got other issues. Look, I don't understand these headlines. I don't understand why Trump isn't arrested for stealing documents. I mean, the whole thing is bizarre. Just imagining what goes on in the White House day to day. Like, what is Biden really doing? Waking up, eating a bowl of oats. Well, what do we got today? Oh, and North Korea just reminded me. Oh, North Korea, they got a, let's go over to this native planting area. You guys like nature. This is Wilson Park. I've walked through here and vlogged through here many times, especially when I first moved here because I just lived up the road. Because walking through forests contributes to a better overall mood. Am I annoying? No, this is just science. They've talked, North Korea just signed a decapitation law or something. Basically, they're not going to denuclearize, and anybody who attacks them, they're immediately going to nuke them. Ooh, surprise. The world is roiling right now. Oh, it's for a hammock, but they have a sign right in the middle. How can you hammock across? I mean, I guess you go this. So, channel direction. Moving up to Ohio. World According to Briggs states that Ohio isn't much better off than Arkansas. I mean, Cleveland's nothing to write home about, and it is what it is. This is an opportunity of a lifetime to be with another fellow Doomer who's going through a transition in his life and who supports me in this work of citizen journalism. A subscriber, Gene, over at Black Bear News asked me what my channel's about, and I'm like, well, documenting the collapse. We've never been here in human history where our future is bleak and dark, very dark, and someone has to be saying this. And a part of it is like repeating the same bad news every day, but I want wean away from that as much as possible and talk more about the scientific implications, like pull up papers in the format of something like Jimmy Dore's show, where he just sits in front of a green screen and talks on the mic. And I would cover the stuff I've usually been covering, environmental, economic, because they're intertwined, and societal breakdown, but not so much in the format of like a rambling old geezer. Yes, I'm talking about Sam. Ooh, I'm talking shit. Look, he's got his crowd of people that just want to sit around with him, open up a laptop and his computer and wow, see, all right, for 25 minutes. Just nah, not my cup of tea. Maybe do streaming episodes, soundproof it. He supports me, and also part of it is me, my own personal quest. You can't have it all. Like, you can't, if you have love, a deep spiritual love connection with somebody, a robust family, an income to match it, and you're able to do your craft or hobby, like play in a band or go to dancing school, whatever you are into, singing, you're lucky. You're really lucky. You might have that for a year or two, for having all the components working together. But the way culture, where it's met reality, the dystopia that we live in, the circumstances, it's increasingly pretty much off really hard to get all your ducks in a row and have that stable through time, right? Not just for a year. Love is a whole nother gamble. But yeah, so that's the kind of direction of the channel I want to head into. Much more like repetition. You know, people come to it to get the same experience, because the past year I've just been filming wherever I could, here, there, you know, clips, special effects, transitions, you know, and mainly emotional, like the processing of collapse. And it's not all going to be at once. I mean, this is an ongoing process we're into, and things are catching up to a head here soon. Our quality of life cannot go on like this. But buy the new iPhone, you know, new EarPods. They're going green. That's why we have people like Elon Musk, right? And the amount of admiration and support I get from people across the ocean is like, wow. You know, people send me messages of their lifestyle and what they get from this content. Like they can, you know, relatability and to feel less alone. Man, that means so much. What a time we live in, where you can have all of your community on, you know, social media devices. We've never lived like this. You can at any time be spontaneously connected with people halfway across, you know, the world. But yet we are so much more lonely and depressed than ever. I don't know if the trade-off was so well. I don't agree with these boomers on Facebook that are like, yeah, American patriotism, nothing's never been better, blah blah blah. Like I can't do the arrogance. So, long drive ahead of me. I'll pick up Una, who's staying at the house because I can't have a pet at this Airbnb. You know, feeling the brevity of life, this process that keeps going. All of our memories are obsolete. Just what we had, people we've slept with, jobs we've had. We can just look back in fond remembrance. Just some updates. Nice weather. September and spring tend to be my favorite times of the year, because my favorite opinion matters. I'm just kidding. It doesn't. I'm very humbled by my life experiences, and you know, I really get why a lot of famous people, celebrities, Hendrix, Joplin, James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, Amy Winehouse. I mean, I could just keep going. Virtually everyone that has had a lot of creativity or intelligence and imagination gets to this point in their at some point in their life, a midlife crisis, I guess you can call it that, just at different ages and different periods for people. And I would say I experienced that around my late 20s, just like them. Very similar path, where it like all felt like it was lost. You know, everything was upside down. Nothing. Even Elvis felt this way. Elvis was very depressed in his last few years. You know, what's the point of it all? The frivolity of it, the just frivolousness of everything. What's the meaning, the point? Existential crisis. That's what climate collapse begs you to ask. You have to go through an existential question with yourself. We've addressed this. I just want to restate it again for the record. And so I went through that phase like in my late 20s. And I'm fundamentally a different person. I mean, I'm changed. It takes a lot to recategorize my value system when I talk to normies or those who are not climate aware. I don't live with the depression so much anymore. I'm not taking any antidepressants. I'm not, you know, I just sleep good, exercise, meditation, routine is good for me. Not drama around me, your stressors. Yeah, I'm rambling. Look, you can make a channel about tech reviews. You can say all of this is stupid and even pointing it out, even if it is in the world, you shouldn't be an asshole to other people or whatever. But it's like, nah, man, there's just some of us that are more firmly planted into the earth, that feel Gaia, that feel responsibility, have a conscience, you know, awakened. I'm talking about the difference between awakened people and unawakened people. It's very difficult to talk with people who are unawakened to the notion that we are careening out of control with our climate and thus our civilization. So, long drive ahead of me, like 13 hours. I'm 14. I'm gonna stop off in St. Louis. Never been to St. Louis. Not really record much on the way. I'm enjoying the next few days to kind of recuperate my mind after being in a I don't know if domesticated life is quite for me. I'll just say that for the record. I don't know. I haven't experienced that yet. Many of you haven't. I mean, a lot of you, half of you were at my age. You were busy raising a family, I'm sure, and working the American dream. You know, different phases of life. Just know your sons and people like me won't get to your age. I don't need to say any more on that. So I covered a hodgepodge of things here. Some world events, channel direction, comments, feedback soon, drive ahead of me, living present, being present. Get to spend a few more years sitting in front of a fireplace with a cat and a dog drinking whiskey like gentlemen. Doesn't sound so bad, huh? Better than 2 screaming planet munchers asking you for attention every morning. I don't want this game, I don't want this. Oof. Okay, rock on, rock on. Talk to you later, Doomers. Peace.